Miss Bunny is here. I'm Kristina, and this is
Leslie.
And we're coming here telling you about both readathons we're participating in. Well, I'm participating in both. She's participating in one. Yeah, so let's get on with the video. So, one readathon that we're doing is, I'm doing, is the A to Z readathon. So there are 3 levels to this readathon.
So the easy one is when the title of the book and the author counts towards letters of the alphabet. Medium is only the author, and hard is only the title of the book.
Yeah, so for example, the book thief, you just count the first letter of the book, which would be the, so it would be T. So if you're doing the hard one, you'd want a book for each day of the month, which is 26 days. Obviously, this video is out really late.
Each day of the month instead of each letter.
Listen to her, not me. So obviously this video is very late. I just got back from vacation in Hawaii, so I'm starting the whole thing very, very late. I'm going to attempt the hard one because I'm an overachiever and I don't have any pictures, maybe not pictures, I don't have any books to show you because I'm not picking them out right away. So I'm going to just wait on just through the whole day, see what ones I want to read next. But my goal is I'm going to try to read as much as possible and try to fill the whole alphabet.
The other readathon we're going to be participating in is Bout of Books, and that one starts May 8th, which is tomorrow, so it's last minute, and also it ends through May 14th, so it goes for a week. The whole point of Bout of Books readathon is to read as many books as you can, more than normal, in a week's time. So we have our books picked out for that one, and we can show them to you.
Leslie will go first.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll go first. I have 6 books picked out. The most books I read in a week is 1 because I go one at a time, so I can absorb everything and I don't want to get distracted, but I'm going to try and do about 1 each day. So the first book I'm going to be reading for the Bout of Book readathon is The Tale of Despereaux. It is about a mouse who lives in a castle. He's the smallest mouse in his family, so it's just about his life and everything he goes through, and he meets a princess. Her name is Princess P. So it's just his whole adventure about being a mouse who talks to a human. Right?
Yeah.
Next.
It's a kid's book. It's really good. I read it. I loved it. Actually, I read it because of her back in high school. She was like, you have to read this. So I read it and loved it. It's adorable.
It's very cute. There's a movie about it, and Emma Watson does the voice for Princess P. So it's really good. It's not as good as the book though.
Of course.
Okay, the next book I'm going to be reading is The Nest. I have already started this. Kristina actually got me this book for my birthday, which is very sweet. It is about a family and fighting for an inheritance. I've started it. I haven't finished it. I don't remember everything, so it's going to be like going into it for the first time. But yeah, it's about an inheritance. They call it the nest, all the siblings and everything. One of them there's an accident in the book, and it takes part of the inheritance away, so it's all about trying to get the rest of it, which sibling will get it, and the dad is dead and he's the one who left the inheritance for them, so it's just about them fighting over it. The next book I'm going to read is Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close. This is the title with the movie on it, on the cover. I don't have the original one, but that's okay. This book is about a boy whose father died in 9/11, so it's about him and his mom getting through life without him, but still dealing with the trauma from it. The boy is very anxious. He has a lot of anxieties, OCD, so it's also kind of covers mental illness as well. But it's a very, very good book. It made me cry, so I'm excited to read it again.
I read that book too. That's also one I borrowed from Leslie. It's a really good book.
My 4th book that I'm going to read is Why We Broke Up. I have not read this book before. It is about a girl who's going through the box of things from her previous relationship, and it just talks about each item in the box and one of the reasons that they ended up breaking up. There are 13 reasons why. Just kidding.
We still film a video on that too. Oh god. That was
this is your tape.
13 reasons why. This is your tape.
Okay, but yeah, that's the 4th book I'll be reading. The 5th book is going to be Aragon. This is one of my favorite books that I've ever read, but I want to reread it for the readathon because I haven't read it in a while, and be nice to brush up on it and maybe read just the rest of the series as well since it's been so long. That book, in case you don't know, it's about a poor boy. His name's Aragon, and he finds a dragon egg. So it's not relatable at He finds a dragon egg, the dragon hatches, and so it's just about his life completely changing, finding out he has magic and he's a dragon rider now, and that this is something he can't run away from. It's something he has to accept. So it just goes through his whole life, all the people he meets, and how he changes them because of all his magic and responsibility he has now, and how they change him as well. So yeah, that'll be the 5th book that I read. The 6th book I'm going to read is The Girl on the Train. This is about a girl who travels on the train every day to work, and she sees something bad happens, and she thinks she knows keys of it, but she can't remember. So it's just going to go over that. It talks about alcoholisms, which is really important, so because I haven't read a book from the point of view of someone who's an alcoholic. But I'm very excited to read it again, and I'm hoping that I can find details that I didn't find the first time I read it, which is why I want to read it again.
Very good book. I mean, I know I did a discussion video versus the movie and the book on my channel, so if you haven't seen that, that is on my channel. But it's very good. You already read it before though, right?
Yes, I did.
So hopefully you do, and you can let me know about other things picked up on that I might not have seen.
Yeah.
But she's got a pretty good list there, and some of those books I either own and have read, or books that I'm planning on reading, just haven't done it yet.
You know how it is for a booktuber.
Okay, I'm going to go through the list of my books. Some of these I may butcher, but I'm going to try my best to explain all of them in a timely manner. And some of these books I have started reading but need to finish. Some of these books I haven't picked up at all, so we'll just go with it. But these are the books that I'm currently interested in reading for this readathon. And my first book is The Wind in the Willows. So this is a classic kid's story. The movie when I was very young. This is my grandmother's copy. I took all her books when she passed away, and this is one of the most beloved movies I loved in my childhood. But from what I remember from the movie, there's like a character, Mr. Toad, who's really flamboyant and gets everyone in trouble. There's Mr. Badger and Mr. Rat, and Mr. Rat's the adventurer, and they all go on these adventures, but they're all like peaceful creatures who have like houses and names and things going for them, which is really sweet and adorable. And although it is a classic kids book, I can't help but to want to read it. It's springtime, and I feel like this is one of the best stories to just read when you're relaxing with tea, enjoying the sunshine, so I'm definitely looking to pick this one up. I don't know if you guys have read The Wind in the Willows. Have you read Wind in the Willows? If you have, what do you think of it? And if not, you should pick it up because it's cute. The next book I plan to read is actually a poetry book called Love and Misdemeanors? Misadventures, not misdemeanors. And I picked this one up at Powell's when I went with an old friend of mine, David and Leslie. There was a sale going on at Powell's. There was like a 30% off sale, which is a huge deal, so I bought tons of books out there. And this is, I know that Lang Leave has like tons of poetry books out there, and she's a phenomenal writer. I haven't read from her before, so I'm excited to pick this one up. It's relatively short because poetry. I've been on a huge poetry kick as of late, and I don't know, it's cute. It'll give me a break from all the novels, and yeah, plus it's poetry. How can you say no to love poetry? I don't know. You probably have heard of the next book that I'm going to show you. That is A Little Princess, also a kid's book. It's also a classic, and I also watched the movie when I was younger. My dad and I used to watch it together. It was like a huge deal for us. So it touches like my heart a lot. This is a copy from an old friend of mine that probably should give it back to her. Haven't talked to her since I got the book from her. Basically, this is about Sarah, who was a princess, and when her father goes off to war, she has to go to a boarding school. And when she's at the boarding school, she gets treated very differently, and even more differently when something happens to her father. It's very heartwarming and very, very sad. Have you watched the movie or heard about this?
No, I haven't.
Oh my god, she's never heard about this. So I'm gonna reading this, we should watch the movie.
Okay.
It's a kid's movie, but it's cute, and you would love it. So if you have not watched A Little Princess, I'm sure you would love it. It is a kid's book. It's relatively short though, and it is something that like warms your heart, and it's so good. I don't know, I'm also biased because I grew up watching the movie. When you're biased like that, you have high expectations and you praise it a lot, so I don't know. And now the next book is The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And so I did start this book when I was friends with David.
I'm gonna mention him twice in this video, it's gonna be really weird. Hey, it doesn't matter who I got this from.
This is a good book, and I was interested in it. Plus, it's like highly praised book, like just in general. I think I've heard it like over 20 times in my lifetime, because everyone keeps talking about Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I have started this book. and I was really confused, so I'm gonna probably just restart it from the beginning and try to make sense of it, because I don't know, it's just, I just had a hard time getting into the novel, but like I said, it's highly praised, sci-fi, and it sounds interesting. Basically, when the Earth is demolished, this little green guy comes out, and they're supposed to travel the galaxy together, so I look forward to reading this one, hopefully if I get to this one and can actually stay focused on what's going on and understand it, because I was struggling a lot. Another one I started reading is A Vegetarian, and before I went on vacation, I did start this one. It is also relatively short, so I probably will finish this very, very soon. I'm actually starting to read it like a day before the readathon, which is today, so I guess technically I'm cheating. But anyways, The Vegetarian is about this woman who decides one day to become vegetarian, and her husband is like dumbfounded and like really confused, and actually it goes way farther than you think it would be. There's like nightmares that become happening, like she starts acting crazy, her husband's acting crazy, she starts disappearing, and oh, it's really like mind-boggling and weird. I know that BookTube has been talking about The Vegetarian for like forever now, and I'm just now getting to the game, so I'm a little late, but so far I'm like really interested and hooked in it, and it's very weird, honestly. There's a lot that's happened so far, and I'll get more into it on the reading wrap-up, but yeah, I'm gonna read this one next. Or not next, but during the readathon. Also, so I guess the rest of these I have actually started reading. I am practically halfway through Bones and All. I had DNF'd it before my vacation. I don't like to DNF a book because I'm the kind of person who wants to finish the book and so I can actually judge it. Because I feel like it's, if you get halfway through a book and like you're already halfway, you might as well just finish it to collect your whole thoughts. So if the ending is better than the beginning of the book, then you're like, oh, I changed my perspective on everything. I like it now more. I hate it more now. So I feel like even though I'm not enjoying it as much as I was hoping so, I feel like if I do finish the book, I'll be able to have a more collected thought put together, and I can fully judge this book in an unbiased and honest manner. Basically what the book is about. That was like a whole breathful. It's about this woman who was born a cannibal, and that's where it starts off, is her talking about the first time, the first person she ate, and basically at the beginning her mom leaves and she's left alone. She's got to kind of figure out, what do I do now? Where do I go now? I have nowhere to live, I don't want to take care of me, where do I go from here?
I eat people.
I eat people, how do I live in society? Yeah, it's interesting. That's the premise of Bones and All. So I'm sure I'll be finishing this rather shortly because I am halfway through, like I said. My last book, I did start reading it. I got this while I was on vacation in Hawaii. I just haven't gotten too far into it, so it's not like I'm starting from half point or anything like that. I just had I barely touched the pages. This book is Idaho. Now, I picked it up on Barnes & Noble when I was working at Barnes & Noble in Hawaii, and it just looked really interesting. It's about this man and a family, well, I guess a wife and her husband has, like, is losing his memory, he's acting very strange, and she wants to uncover and kind of tell what happened, like the tragedy of what happened to the death of the children, I think it is. It's very slow-paced so far, but the whole premise of, like, uncovering the mystery of what happened, the death of the family, and plus the husband is so strange. There's one time in this book, Leslie, that I mean, it's obviously very beginning of the book, so I'm not spoiling anything, but basically, the beginning of the book, she's, like, digging through old boxes of, like, memories of, like, old clothes of the children and stuff, and he, like, pushes her down into the box, is like, no, 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 like a dog. And, like, he does it, like, sporadically through the next few pages where she's doing something, and he, like, just, like, pushes her head in and says, no. It's weird. It's very weird. So, like, I can't help but want to know more. And it's also nice because this is, like, starting in, like, it's obviously in Idaho, and it's very detailed and really, enriched in the environment. So I feel like I'm there along with the characters. So I feel like this is a really nice, like, spring, beginning summer read, and also has that element of mystery and suspense, which I personally like. So I'm excited to get to this one. But yeah, I'm excited for this readathon. Are you guys going to join into it? And if so, are you, like, you should tell us what you're going to read. And we'll probably, like, film, like, little snippets of, like, little vlogs of how we're doing throughout the whole week. Check-ins and stuff. Hopefully, if that goes well. It's our first time officially joining a readathon, me and Leslie both. So this will be an experience, so bear with us. But yeah, that was it. Thank you for tuning in with our video, and I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.